And now we have a lens, secondary lens, that actually is useful to us.
Extinguishes fires. Yes, and this is actually a thing that will remain with us for the rest of the series.
Yep.
Dungeons closed.
Broken one seal. One more guardian to go. This is it, Sneko. East we go.
Eastbound and down. Load 'em up and drunken.
Still not paying for it. Now Django's fashion sense actually makes a little bit more sense, given where we are. This area should work. I'll summon the pile driver. And our battle begins. The biggest
I'll tell you something
difference-
interesting.
Oh?
Well, did you know that, well, you probably did know, that, Eastbound Down was a huge success, and it wasn't for another film. It would have been the top grossing film of 1977.
Oh, Smoking and the Bandit? What movie beat it that year?
Really? It's... you're gonna, you're gonna facepalm when I tell you.
Wait, what was the year?
1977.
Wait, that was Star Wars, wasn't it?
It was Star Wars.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show you, like, how huge... First off, how huge of a cultural phenomenon Star Wars was, but also how huge Smokey and the Bandit was, that only Star Wars outgrossed it.
Yep. Ghouls in this area are fiery, hot ghouls, commonly known as burn bulks. Attack with flaming burn. Funny enough, burn and as a pun could work for both ice and fire bulks. Under those specific elements, it's like your gun lenses. Ice attack should be effective. Grip the frost lens, Sneko.
Yeah, like, that thing that you just, did. You just got, that thing. That thing that you just got, that thing? That thing? Yes, master!
Master, yes. How many times are you going to say it?
I just have to remind you that you have that thing.
That really important thing that you just got?
Yeah. Master, I hear that you get, taken out, and I don't have to hear you for, like, the vast majority of the second game. Is that a threat? No.
No, Master.
That's a promise.
It's a guarantee.
It's a promise. I joke. I actually really like Otenko.
Oh no, so do I. He's a very fun mentor figure.
Wachoo!
They're going.
And it was kind of a. I was about to say, it was kind of an kind of one of those, like, definite escalations that Black Dine was able to just take him away from you.
Yeah, no, definitely. Especially because you go the entire first game with him, so it's like you don't expect that at all. And he's just like, lol, no.
Lol, Lamau, XD. And you're like, alright!
What do you mean, just lol, Lamau, XD? You can't just lol Lamau XD. I just did. What? No! You!
What you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna
I
stab
took
you.
your dad's body, and now I took your mentor. What you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna stab you with a sword.
What?
I don't know when I'm gonna stop.
What? It was at that moment that Black Dye knew he messed up.
Also, I have a Mega Buster.
What?
Where'd you get that from? Mega Man Battle Network.
Oh,
Landakari. Are you messing with me right now? Am I?
I don't know. Am I?
Janko says, eyes narrowed.
I don't know. Am I? Django says no. I don't know. I was not one of those people that was going to be like, OMG, they completely ruined Harry Potter for that one scene, because I don't know. I mean,
Effort.
honestly, I thought that, they kind of jumped the shark after the third movie, third book anyway.
Yep. The third book was at least food for thought. It gave you like a broader idea of just how corrupt this society really is.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, we need to have Dumbledore's army. Oh no.
We need her mom. See, on the one hand, this kind of dungeon progression is kind of interesting, because what you do on one fork impacts what you do on the other. On the other hand, forcing a singular person to do this kind of thing is very tedious. This sort of design would actually work extremely well in a co-op game. Look, Sneko. The mega rock floor blocks the volcano's mouth. It looks safe, but it's just an enormous rock floating on lava. It rises and falls to the magma underneath. If you can control the magma flow, you could use it as a kind of elevator. No matter what, it's going to be dangerous. Seeing as how just being close enough to magma will literally just... Well, it won't even melt you, you'll evaporate, actually. It's so hot, you wouldn't even liquefy. Magma is not a liquid, it's a solid, actually.
Yeah, it's just because it's molten doesn't mean that it suddenly becomes less dense. It still is as dense as regular rock is. It's just that, it is kind of a liquid, molten liquid, but yeah. No, I thought for certain we would be encountering iron golems at this point.
Maybe they wanted to save all the annoyances for the ice dungeon.
So, these cartoons where they have people like swimming in lava, it's like, no. That's not gonna happen. At least not human.
In essence, if a human didn't, die instantaneously, if you were to stand atop magma, it would be very comparable to standing atop rock.
Mm-hmm.
And again, convection alone would completely annihilate anything.
Yeah, so, Golem's entire thing about, falling several hundred feet in Mount Doom, and then, hitting the lava. It's like he would have just went and then fried.
He probably would have died before he felt any pain.
Mm-hmm.
Which is both kind of interesting from a scientific standpoint and also completely terrifying.
Well, I mean, he did kind of bring it himself.
He totally did, but still, awful way to go.
No, definitely.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there is something incredibly visceral about having a villain burned to death, but that's just not what would happen in a magma situation. You're just like, it would actually be quite anticlimactic. Now, that depends a little bit, because there are different types of magma depending on what they're actually made out of. Like, some magma actually flows insanely slowly and is actually kind of a tourist destination as a result. Some of the Hawaiian Islands have lava flows like that. I want to say the silica-based ones are the slow ones, but I could be misremembering. I think I just did a
rather
lap in
than
the
like
wrong direction.
massive pumice eruptions that you see in the, ironically, in the volcanoes near where I live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Mount St. Helens, and those ones where it's mostly pumice and ash.
Right.
Yeah, that's in my neck of the woods.
Alright.
Yeah.
Boktai is the perfect game to discuss actual real-world science.
Well, we have magic golems and immortal undead monsters.
Correct.
The irony.
Irony
Although
is
it's
sufficient
funny
to
too.
bend your moral compass.
It's funny though that we do mention it because we were talking about speaking of fiery magma boys, your favorite space marines there, Professor.
Yes, the salamanders.
Well, yeah, all about volcanoes and le fire.
Indeed. Okay. Let's backtrack a little. I feel like I've gone past something. It's a theme of this episode, is backtracking. Pew pew pew.
As long as you're not quack tracking. That's when you're backtracking and you're being attacked by ducks.
That's harsh. The only thing worse than that is quack packing. That's when you attempt to make a relaunch of Donald Duck, but then you turn Huey, Dewey, Louie all into Jonathan Taylor Thomas in the mid-90s.
Oof.
Yeah, here we go. This is the area I missed.
Then you get a bunch of, flak tracking. That's when the original fans, proceed to take anti-aircraft weapons and, fight you, the corporate animators, with them.
Oof. Hey, check it out. It's just a random machine sitting on the middle of a cliff. This definitely isn't
Hey,
suspicious.
Django, we can, access this using your PET. What?
I'm sorry, what? Sneko. The mega rock floor below is rising. The device appears to control the subterranean magma somehow. And it can raise or lower the lava level in the volcano. Which is a terrifying thought when you consider just how much power that actually entails.
Well, looks like I'm going to say F Istrakan.
Yeah, it looks like
Django,
we're gonna purge the undead with fire and salt, but mostly fire.
Django, no. Django, yes!
Master, I've given it a lot of thought. And thought is, screw Istrakan.
Hey, I don't live here.
It's not my neighborhood. They already raided San Miguel, which is my hometown, so why should I feel particularly bad about doing this?
Wait,
Right.
does he live in San Miguel? Really?
Yes, that is... San Miguel is Django's hometown. They mentioned that briefly in Boktai 2.
I did not know that. I guess I just completely missed that bit of the... Considering, the entire, we're rebuilding San Miguel, so...
Yep.
It is kind of funny, though, that supposedly the Solar City is just literally surrounded by undead zones.
Well, I think the implication is that that's because of the events of the invasion in Boktai 1, that it didn't used to be that way. But then again, some of those structures were pretty freaking odd. We were over there earlier. Topography changes as the lava rises. Do you understand? Yes, Master, I understand topography. The path continues over there. Keep going around until we get there. Master, I know.
Are you sure?
Master, do you think I'm stupid? Is that what this is?
Do you really want the answer to that, my boy?
Please tell me you're going somewhere good with this.
You're kind of dumb is what I'm saying.
Oh. Well, I was hoping it wouldn't go there. That's like that one bit, Common America, and, you know, Kimiko's just like, oh, you know, I didn't, you know, come to join the Common Core because I thought you were a good leader or that you were competent, or... And she's like, please tell me you're going somewhere with this.
I just like the cut of your jib with your badger.
Alright, this is Firetop Mountain. These are the original golems, the ancient race of giants. Remains of the iron giants who mastered fire. Their majesty endures, protected through the ages by the Mega Rock. That's cool. Hope it doesn't get possessed by evil and try to murder me. That would suck. What?
Nah,
I
man.
say that about everything.
Nah, man. Definitely, definitely not gonna be, have a bunch of dark matter shoved into it and possess it or evil or anything.
Yeah, definitely not that.
Nah, man. That would never happen. That'd be lame.
Oops. You saw nothing. Lol, JK, you saw everything. Yeah, that was a little obvious there, Mimic.
No, I was so close.
Nice try.
Your mom's a nice try.
My mom's a bookcase. What, you think there's only one type of Mimic? Racist are you?
My mom's a bookcase. She, feeds only on people who like Ditaku.
She feeds on people who bring their books to the library late.
Yeah, like Ditaku.
Oh, that just loops around. Okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
Taco,
currently,
you brought your books back late. I'm gonna have to eat your right arm now.
Ara. Oh, no.
Ditaku faced mixed feelings that day. Oh, here's Dark Loans, by the way. The current interest rate is 500%. She says with no sarcasm in her voice.
Thank you very much.
What's that, Sneko?
Oh,
Dark card. Try not to flex that plastic too much, Sneko. That just means you are now allowed to take loans from Dark Loans. But again, we won't need to.
you don't really want to anyway.
No. Now, you might be wondering, Snek, what happens if you give in to your curiosity and do it anyway? Well, nothing. The game will warn you a couple times, and if you continue to ignore it, you will eventually be forced to do a button-mashing minigame, whereupon you'll be forced to run on a treadmill to very painfully repay what it was you borrowed. It's funny as it is tedious. It's like, the best place for this is going to be down there. It's funny the first time you see it, and then it's just kind of annoying. Really? Game?
Oh, it's a...
I'd say this another way. I thought I had to plug up that gap, but you don't. I don't know why the silver coins look like an American silver dollar, but they do.
I mean, considering that the vast majority of characters are references to, Ennio Morricone films, it probably is a conscientious decision.
Probably. I'm just a recolor of you right now, Sneko, but in the next game I get my own original sprite work. I mean, the next game is ready. Make your way to the dungeon and come visit me. Don't keep me waiting.
Don't worry,
Vicar.
I'm gonna get Zuri to make his own my assets for me.
What does he
I
mean,
mean-
game? To break the seal and continue north, we may have to play along. Sneko, we need to get across somehow.
What if we just use this machine and cause the lava to rise? What about that then?
That is an option. Oh, green mimic. Caught me off guard. Look at that. Your mom's still a bookshelf, though. Just so we're clear. Just so we're clear.
Yeah, Mom, it's still a bookshelf. How did you know?
Wait, you guys only have one mom? Or mimics a hive creature like ants and bees?
No, it's just we're all part of a family here, and the volcano.
That actually makes a good deal of sense, actually. Never thought
You
I'd be...
killed my brother.
Didn't think I'd ever be particularly concerned with the relationships of monsters that I'm meeting in a particular dungeon, but here I am having this conversation. Yeah, I knew at least one of you was going to be a mimic. Cool. Cool.
Cool, cool. Depressing, cool. It's funny, I've been watching a lot of Team Fortress 2 things. I've never actually played it,
Right.
but I just think it's funny. You're basically resorting to spy checking every all the chests now.
It's path ahead, but it doesn't look like we can proceed with things the way they are. Can't alter the train in some way. Yes, Master, I was just doing due
Maybe
diligence.
we can alter the terrain in some way.
Master, please. I was just checking to be thorough.
Alter the terrain
Master,
in a way.
please.
Anal retentive, Otenko.
It's kind of funny, actually. I did play Team Fortress 2 briefly. My best role, unsurprisingly, was as the medic.
That really does not surprise me. No.
And I did okay as a heavy, and actually the best play I ever pulled was as the spy. Oh, very well, raised in the Mega Rock floor, and we're still short of stepping stones to get over there. Well, for something we can use.
Don't just run into the lava,
I
you
just misstepped one time, Master. Please don't give me the third degree.
you very intelligent young boy.
Master, please. Oh yeah, moving platforms in this game have no ledge gravity. If you screw up, the game punishes you, including dropping you off infinite ledges. So don't be careless in how you're approaching these things.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, these will just burn you and you'll take a little HP damage, and that's your warning, and it's the only warning the game feels fit to give you.
Oh, and by the way, this is not unique to this game. There are other games in the series that are like this.
And they don't care.
And no, they don't care. It is painfully clear they do not care. Kojima didn't go, maybe we went a little bit too far. It's like, no, this is exactly what he wanted to do.
Yep.
Blue Junior comes to mind with that one. But even more than that, the Leviathan in the second game. Or top of that, the first battle with Nidhogg, when you actually have to fight him as the mechanical dragon rather than, you know, the pathetic gamer nerd that he actually is.
Yep. Ski Master, I did it all by myself. What was that just from?
Oh,
Now I see. You can use these rocks across the Mega Rock floor. Switches look like they're for moving rocks during mining. And the panel looks like there are 3 switches. What are the other 2 switches? Yes, Master, I know.
meanwhile, there's some small children being like, "Whoa, no! They keep moving the rocks and the lava flows. We were just trying to, you know, have a nice little adventure."
Oof. That's harsh. Yes, as the spy, I was trying to see what the enemy team was up to. And so I went over, and we were doing one of the push the payload missions. And I copied one of their number and slunk to the back of the group. And then all 6 of them were ahead of me, including the guy I was copying. And I thought to myself, there's never going to be a better opportunity. So I whipped out my knife and literally killed the entire enemy team in one sweep. And I was like, yeah, I might as well just uninstall the game, because I'm never going to do something that cool ever again.
The way I understand it is that the disguise is like basically useless now, just because
people are probably
everyone,
very used to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I can't say is too surprising to learn, but I mean, it would be for a long time the spy was considered pretty OP, so yeah, no, that washes. Life fruit. No, should have taken that one. I was either over or underthinking it. I'm not sure which it was in that exact moment.
You were probably just too busy regaling me with your,
the one time I did
multi-stab.
something cool in Team Fortress 2, yes.
Alright, there you go. That was the one time I did something cool. The one time you did something cool in a hero shooter? Oh, goodness no.
No, I mean specifically Team Fortress 2. There was no small number of times I actually managed to do some pretty impressive stuff, and Overwatch was good.
You know, back in the old days. Well, the dark times.
Back when the defense designation existed and actually meant something. And it wasn't just everyone immediately locking in Junkrat. You were allowed to just play who you wanted, and no one got butt mad because you happened to pick the cute redhead with a shield. There was nothing wrong with Brigitte's kit. You DPS glory chasers are just a bunch of man babies.
Honestly, I thought she was interesting. And I mean, you know, if your survival relied on you not getting, you know, quote unquote stunned, then you either had overextended or you were playing way too recklessly anyway.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I thought she was interesting, basically being a combo tank slash support.
Yeah.
Whereas,
She didn't have the
yeah,
raw tanking power of like Reinhardt, but she could do it a little and also heal. And she had a very distinctive melee ranged attack, which not many characters in the game do. Or did, question mark. I haven't ever gotten around to playing Overwatch 2, despite the fact that I've repeatedly said I should try it before I knock it, but... well, gosh darn it, it's just too easy to knock it without trying it. What can I say? The only thing I was looking forward to was the PvE mode, and they're like, lol, JK, not doing that. I'm like, so why did you make Overwatch 2 in the first place? You're not fulfilling the two things you said you were going to do that were supposed to make it its own thing.
so then people would have to buy it again.
Alright, the switch has been turned on. Seamaster, I got this under control.
Good boy.
One more switch. One more to go, Snek. Why did you repeat it twice? You literally just said it, and then you just said it again, Master. Why?
One more switch, one more to go.
Master! I respect your station as the Spirit of Light, but can you please, please, trust in my ability as the Solar Boy? Why aren't you saying anything, Master? Django said, his smile and optimism now gone.
Oh, mostly it's because I haven't found of anything funny to roast you with.
Well, that was a weirdly candid answer.
Well, you know, we're in Mega Rock, you know, Volcano. I need to think of something really good to roast you with.
I think everything around here is trying to roast me, Master.
I feel like we've already been over here.
Yeah, we have. Head back. A lot of this updates is going to be backtracking over and over again.
You know, at this point it's not backtracking, it's more like smack tracking.
That's traveling in a direction specifically to make fun of someone.
Yeah, we don't have the air thing yet, do we?
We do not.
So we can't break the wooden block.
Oh, why did this reset? Interesting. Maybe now the magma's been raised, I think in this general area has changed. But... what? I'm not sure what to do with that block, so I'm going to leave it there for now. Oh. So anywhere I can move it, that would get me access. That's very close. Ah. Alright, I think we have a science moment brewing here. Alright, class. Welcome to Cause and Effect 101. Your instructor is Django the Solar Boy.
If your mom does something that she later regrets, and your dad is a bookcase, how many silver dollars does it take to screw in a light bulb?
The answer is purple, because ice cream has no bones.
No, that makes sense. I want my ice cream boneless.
Man, ice cream ain't got no bones.
Yo, you putting out bones in your ice cream?
Yeah, let me get my pizza. Boneless. Let's see. Yes. Again, this is Order of Operations class. This is very important and will help you in life. Not in particularly massive ways. You'll very rarely encounter math more complicated than an Excel spreadsheet for a megacorporation. Now that being said, it's still good to know these things.
Mm-hmm.
Situational awareness is an amazing thing that you should definitely have lots of. Which I may be a little lacking in right now because I think I made a mistake. So what I need to do now I take that, make it as part of the bridge over there, sacrifice one of those, then complete the bridge. Okay, so we are on the right track. This requires a little course correction, which thankfully is very easily done.
When we said earlier that, the puzzles in these games are kind of tough, we weren't saying that just, to be like, oh man, they're so tough. They actually are kind of tough.
You gotta think about what you're doing. Some of them are a matter of taking a moment and assessing your situation. Others are going to get more complicated. Others will force you to walk across a one-panel wide crosswalk with the solar wind going while flamethrowers are firing out at you, but you can't cover the solar sensor because you're walking on solar panels. And if you make a single mistake in any direction, you automatically die and start the room over again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of thing we're talking about.
Django makes this really, really, really a fet.
I mean, he's supposed to be like a 12-year-old boy, and he's voiced by a woman who I think was in her 30s when the game was new.
I know, I just always thought it was kind of fun.
Alright.
Like...
3 lava rocks down. This should make enough stepping stones to cross the Mega Rock floor. I have no idea what traps the Bata may have laid for us. Proceed carefully. Master, the trap he's laid for us is perfectly obvious. We've literally had it foreshadowed at least twice now.
Come on, walk over on this lava island. Come on, walk over on the lava island. Come on, walk over on the lava island. There's nothing but a bookcase over there. Come on, go near the bookcase. Oh no! Who could have seen this coming?
Oh man, it's a good thing that definitely wasn't foreshadowed.
Like, the entire time we've been talking about,
Bookcase mom.
Yes.
Which is just a phrase I never thought I'd have to say in my lifetime. But here I am, talking about bookcase mom.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I've been waiting, Sneko. So you want some more? The Iron Giant from the Inferno, Iron Golem Muspell. I'm a big golem.
I'm a big dumb robot. Proceeds to just punch you.
Punch me in my stupid face, yes. Now, the trick here is actually relatively simple. Okay, that doesn't work. I guess it has to be something that's a shot type. Okay. Basically, we just kind of avoid him during this phase. If you can do damage, great. Don't feel like that's like your most important thing right now. So, what you want to do is bait him. Okay, he's really just not taking the bait right now. Okay. Okay, you can punch me through a solid wall. Good to know. Why aren't you doing it? What's wrong with you?
That's a good question. Why isn't he doing it?
Finally.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter if it's a shot type, so I don't need to use this. Anyway, he's going to come crashing down, and we just get to do a 1D buttload damage to him. That is the fight.
Yep.
And we're
Try not to get punched by, you know, the golem that just bathed in lava.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's going to be a relatively unpleasant experience. Alright, now he's going to try to be a little bit tricky. Thankfully, he is not immune to some of the dumb things that regular golems do. You want to take advantage of that. Now, mind you, this is a boss fight. Stealth literally does not matter because they always know where you are. Like he's reforming. So, the original strategy goes back into place.
I'll say this. I'd much rather fight Muspell than Carmilla. Carmilla's entire thing is really annoying.
No, it is.
And yet she's so important to the lore, and so you have to fight her in order to understand what's going on, but it's like, you really don't want to fight you. Sabata, why don't you take care of your girlfriend?
Snek goes. You drove away both of the Guardians. Well, I would have been bored otherwise. Master Otenko says, Sabata, what is it you're trying to do? You'll find out in time. Don't die first, okay, Sneko? I'll be waiting in Soul City. Soul City. Anyway, the task at hand is to purify the Dark Guardian Muspell. Let's go, Sneko. Take him to the pile driver. And, yeah. There you're going. Snek, why aren't you taking the coffin with you? Well, don't forget, the boss is riding on top of a big elevator. I don't need to take him with me. At least, not yet. Now we just need to make our way out. See, Master, I can handle cause and effect.
Can you really? Wow, I didn't realize that Otenko was like bullying him.
Honestly, you know, him being an idiot protagonist would not really be out of character. In the manga, he's actually pretty dumb. Part of it was, like, he was deliberately trying to be goofy because, well, the Immortals had basically already effectively won the war, and, like, humans were like, oh, well, we have no chance, so, like, it doesn't really matter what we do now. And so Django was like, oh, well, you know, you can't lose your sense of humor, you're still alive, so there's still hope. So he kind of played the fool.
Are you trying to, like, remember how to go? Because you left Muspell behind.
No, I'm trying to remember if I have a clear shot to the end or not. I think I do now, though. Yeah, I should. Okay, I'm good. Alright, now we can grab him and get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, I know. I'm trying to grab the life bugs. Okay, we're good now. Last leg of the dungeon kind of threw me off my game there.
Backtracking, smack tracking, and quack packing.
All important parts of life.
Especially that last one. That's very important.
Indeed.
This is fine, Snekko said.
Just with a very
okay.
dramatic frown on his face. Just, no, this is fine.
This is fine. I am okay with the events that are occurring.
I don't need to raise my voice or scream or shoot anyone in their stupid face. This is fine.
Gee, Snekko, why do you get to have 2 bananas?
You know, I guess when you have to bear the responsibility of saving the entirety of the human race, you know, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Let's do this. No, not the red apple. I need the red pepper.
What does that one do?
That reduces incoming fire type damage. Which,
okay.
You know, obvious choice. Hey. Thankfully, because I have the ice lens, I can actually undo his garbage a lot faster than I could when Garmer did it. Lacking the flame lens, it's much harder to thaw out the machine. Because I have it, I can, not immediately, but much, much faster put out the fires.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stuff some apples in my mouth.
Nom 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 nom.
Excuse me while I stuff a small orchard in my mouth.
Just love apples. Nom 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 nom.
Yeah, see, that was a lot faster than what I had to do to get the frozen generator running. And Iceland's basically gets a de facto level up. Defeating a boss is almost always a lens level up. Got the flame lens. So now I have a matching set. Alright. Purified both guardians. Both the seals are gone. Now we can go past Sealed Hill. We did it, Snekko. Indeed we did.
I forget, do we have to defeat the cockatrice, or is it Carmilla next?
Carmilla, actually. The cockatrice is a regular enemy we'll end up encountering soon. And, yeah, that's what we're going to call it for now. If I remember how to do the manual save. which at present I don't. Ah, there we go. Anyway, thank you for joining me, Master Ditaku.
I am happy to be here. And it's been a while since I've, played these games, so...
Indeed. It's very fun to revisit them all these years later. And we'll see you guys next time.